Hi everyone, it's Amber from The Sensible Mama, and today I'm going to show you 5 ways to survive the airport while traveling alone with your infant. I just got back from my first trip with my son, and I traveled with my son and without my husband, so it was just me. So since I've been out of town and haven't had much time to get a 5 Ways Wednesday video prepared for you this week, I figured what better time than now to talk to you about what I found worked for me and what didn't work for me while I was on my trip in the airport and on the airplane. And hopefully this will help you the next time you have to travel alone with your infant. So let's get right into it. Number 1, keep a small set piece attached to your baby carrier that contains your ID and your boarding pass in it. One thing that I made sure to do before I left for my trip was to watch a million YouTube videos about what's the best way to travel through the airport with your baby. And hands down, the one thing that it seemed everyone was saying was you should baby wear through the airport. Now, I'm sure there are circumstances in which it would be better to have a stroller, but for my situation where I was just going for a couple of days and I wouldn't be doing anything that required a stroller, it just made more sense to baby wear and to not even bring a stroller along with me. So what I decided to do was attach a small set piece to the zipper of my baby carrier, and in here I kept everything that I was going to have to be pulling out while I was in the airport. So I kept some Vaseline in here in case my lips got dry, and then I had my ID, my debit card, a little bit of cash, and of course my boarding pass. The benefit of this was that I was carrying my diaper bag on my back. I had a Jujubee BFF and I was wearing it backpack style, and given that I was baby wearing and had a strap here, I had the backpack on, I had a Starlet messenger strap over my shoulder, it just would have been a real pain trying to get behind me to get my diaper bag in order to get all of these things that I was going to need at security and at the gate. So having this tucked away right in this front pocket and attached to my carrier so that I couldn't lose it turned out to be a huge benefit and made things much, much easier in the airport. Number 2. If you know about your travel well enough in advance to apply for TSA Pre, I strongly suggest that you do that. Becoming eligible for TSA Pre does not take much time, and what it translates to for you is that when you go through security, there are certain things that you don't have to do that you would have to do if you went through regular security, and that really is helpful when you're taking a baby through an airport by yourself. Number 3, exit row seats may not be your friend. When I booked my flight, I decided to get exit row seats because I would have a little bit more leg room out in front of me. Therefore, if I had to get up and get out to the bathroom or walk my baby up and down the aisle, I wouldn't have to climb over anyone because there were no more aisle seats left, so I was going to be stuck in the middle anyway. So it seemed like a great idea at first to have all of that extra leg room, but what had not occurred to me is that without a seat in front of me, I didn't have a place to store my diaper bag. So when I got on the plane, I had my duffel bag with me that I put overhead, and I went to store my diaper bag at my feet, and I was immediately told that I could not do that. I had to very quickly try to snag anything out of my diaper bag that I might need during the flight, which was everything, and then I had to cram all the things in the seat with me somewhere, and it created a very uncomfortable situation for me. I had a backache for a couple of days after that flight, and I also just felt ill prepared. I had packed my bag exactly the way I needed it to be packed so that everything was at the ready, and having to have my bag taken from me and put overhead where I couldn't access it quickly was stressful. So although I think there might be circumstances in which the exit row seat might be a good place for you, if you need to have your diaper bag with you, I would say try your best to get a seat that is not in the exit row, and just make sure you have an aisle seat in case you need to get up. Number 4, plan to either breastfeed or bottle feed your baby during takeoff and landing. The changes in cabin pressure in the airplane can be really difficult for a baby, and it causes a lot of pain in the ears. That same popping feeling that you get that makes you feel the need to swallow happens to your baby as well. It turns out that either nursing or drinking from a bottle can counteract some of that pain and stop any fussiness that might be going on during takeoff and landing. Tip number 5, take advantage of things that are provided to you as a mother who's traveling with a baby. When you book your ticket, make sure that you let them know that you are carrying an infant in arms. Now, what are the benefits of having the infant in arms designation? First, you are able to board the plane as someone who is considered a person who needs assistance. The benefit of being able to get on the plane first, even if you don't need any assistance, is that A, if the plane is really booked and there's a lot of luggage, you can make sure that you have a place to store your luggage and you don't end up having to check your diaper bag or something crazy like that when it's time to go. It also gives you plenty of time to go ahead and get seated and situated before anyone else starts getting on the plane and get your child acclimated to the environment. The other advantage that I'd say you should take advantage of is that you should wait to be the last person to get off of the plane if you can. The flight attendants are more than happy to assist you with anything that you may need. In fact, in my experience, even the captains of the plane were eager to help. But the problem is they can't help you when everyone else is trying to file past you on the airplane to get off. By waiting to be the last one to get on the plane, you have all of those people who are now eager to help you because they're not having to deal with everyone else. The other benefit is that if you ended up having to gate check a stroller or a car seat or anything like that, it's really nice if there's not a line of people behind you while you're trying to gather up all of your belongings, strap them to any kind of strolley cart that you might have, and get on your way. Those are my 5 tips for how to survive going through an airport alone with your baby. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. I put out new content every week, and being subscribed is the best way to know what's coming next. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.